the editorial director at large for Organic Spa magazine, and I'm going to be moderating today. It's my pleasure. We're talking about touchless wellness technology and innovations. And when you think of spa, you think of touch, right? You think of innovation, but you don't think of touchless. So it's interesting, the idea of healing for the body, mind, and soul beyond what can be accomplished by traditional modalities, massage, touches, etc. And these newer technologies will never replace these hands-on therapies. I think that's what we're going to hear a little bit about today. But for people who are seeking maximum results, these innovations and technologies can be game changers. So, we have on the panel today, Tammy Pale, I got it right. Tammy is Vice President of Miami Carillon Spa and Wellness, and a longtime leader and innovator, she herself as well as Miami and the Carillon, in technology and innovation. And so the panel here, she's really helped us bring together. We have Ross Bloom, the CEO of BioStation, Jason Frohlich, the president of reLounge Wave. Oh, I'm like next in line for that. That was Rebecca. Francisco Levine is with Bryte mattresses, and I had the pleasure of lying on one of those with the sound on. Fabulous. And then Connor Martin of BioCharger. And I just got my energy for the day by sitting in front of the BioCharger. So, Tammy, I want to start with you. So you're somebody who spent your entire career elevating what's offered in spa and wellness. The industry itself looks to you and what Carillon has done in terms from an operational standpoint, how to roll it out, but also the services. And so tell us what helped, what inspired you to accelerate down this touchless technological path?
Well, it's a long story, I'll make it very short.
No.
But I actually was in Paris. A lady named Gladys has a show called the Hotel and Spa Forum. So at this show, I just looked around, this is pre-pandemic, looked around, and it was one of those moments in my life where I said, oh my God, technology is the next new revenue stream for spas. Because in the spa industry, I've been in it for 33 years, it has to change. Hair, nails, massage, body treatments. So I knew it was just one of those aha moments. Out of that, I connected with 7 different technology companies. We wanted to break into the US market. Fast forward, it's the pandemic. It hits in March. We're supposed to launch in March, which we don't. And then July, because we're in Florida, we were open on the weekends, we did launch in July. And we did about $68,000 the first year. Then we did $205,000 the next year. We did almost $300 last year. And now we're going to do about $400,000 this year. What does that mean? Well, like most of you know, the education industry for massage therapists and estheticians was closed in 2020. In Miami, in particular, we had 11 schools, 8 went bankrupt. So that meant in 2020, no students. In 2021, they were going to graduate at the end of the year. So when I opened back up in July, I had 5 therapists. When I closed, I had 40. So the other part for us, with touchless wellness, it was also occupying rooms that I didn't have therapists for. And then we have a resident 583 units of residents, all 50 and over. We're not coming for massages or facials in 2020, terrified to be in the room with someone. So they were open-minded and decided, because they wanted wellness, they wanted to have healthy immune systems, they wanted to sleep, they wanted to reduce anxiety. So we were able to launch the touchless wellness with that group in particular. Because honestly, in Florida, on the weekends, my lobby was full of 20 and 30 and 40 year olds. They didn't care.
Right. Fascinating. Caroline and Miami.
Yeah.
Great. First breaking through.
Right. But the good thing is, like all our partners that are sitting here, they're wonderful partners, great technology. If you haven't laid on the Bryte bed, lay on it. If you haven't been on, if you have back issues, you've got to have back issues today. Because you're walking on a hard floor for how many hours? The reLounge is amazing. It's going to be amazing for your back. And Ross, he's been a great partner in integrative and functional medicine. We can't even imagine not having that kind of programming for our customers. And then, who else do we have down here? Oh, BioCharger, my favorite. I do it for clarity at least 2 times a week, but you can ask them.
Okay. Each one of you has a very interesting origin story, and I think the stories behind the innovations and the technology help explain the benefits. And so I'd love to start, if we can, with Connor and the BioCharger for therapies you offer. So tell us how it came to be and what the BioCharger does.
Absolutely. So our inventor had a history with applied mathematics and engineering, studying futuristic people at the time, one of them being Nikola Tesla. So if you look at our device, it looks like it's from the future. What it's for really is cellular health. All of us are made up of cells. Very simply put, if your cells are healthy, you have a healthier lifestyle, both physically and mentally. So what we're doing is taking energies that exist in nature that we aren't exposed to today because we spend so much of our time indoors. Actually, as Americans, it's about 93% of our time. So by sitting around the BioCharger for just 15 minutes, you're sitting in front of 4 proven energies, all of which exist in nature, to improve your cellular voltage and allow us to detox more effectively and to intake nutrients properly. The beautiful thing about the BioCharger, if you've used it, you can utilize it with up to 6 people simultaneously. So it's a communal therapy. You're able to benefit together and really better yourself through different programs which we offer.
Thank you. Ross, you're the CEO of BioStation, and tell us a little bit about your dad and how has all come to be for you and your business.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Tammy. Appreciate the opportunity. Excuse me. So, about 10 years ago, I basically called a local cardiologist in Boca Raton by the name of Dr. Boone. He answered and I said, "Dad, I got an idea." Yeah, I said, "I need to meet you at your office." And he said, "How expensive is this meeting going to be?" I said, "Actually, I'm going to actually ask you the same question." So basically, 10 years ago, my father has been practicing cardiology for over 40 years. Unfortunately, the style in which he approached his care really didn't coincide with the insurance model, and his business was failing. Which is just unique to think about somebody who had a really successful practice and ultimately just keep crumbling down. And essentially, we met and I talked to him and he said, we're also really sick and tired of treating sick and tired individuals. And my concept to him was, well, what if we would create a really beautiful, integrated clinic where people would come in that were healthy and looking to just get information and understanding what options are available to improve their state of health and well-being. And that was really the birth of the idea. I will tell you, my dad and I 10 years ago had never ever dreamed of working together. We had never looked back. After the first 6 months of sort of testing our concept and him getting credentialed and board certified in age management medicine, we wrote a letter to his patients of 40 years and said, "It's been an absolute honor, but my time in cardiology has ended, and I'm going to get in front of end-stage disease versus manage it and treat it." And we launched, we held on for dear life. My father said, "I don't want to deal with any of the business challenges and operations. I really just want to stay focused and connecting with my patients." And that was sort of the foundation of how we launched. So Matt and I met Tammy, I think in around, it was probably the end of 2019. She had a beautiful space. Our business was definitely mature at that point in time. And I said, "Let me take over this space, take over whatever challenges you have." And again, we support the needs of your members, your guests, and your residents, all seeking ways to improve the quality of their life, and most importantly, provide data and support so they can continue on a healthy way of living. And that's really how it all started. But really, without my father taking that risk at the age of 67, none of this would have happened. So I'm very grateful to be here. We've definitely created some unique ways within healthcare, and our whole purpose is to really disrupt healthcare and really sort of change the thought process on seeing physicians when you want to, but not when you need to. Really, that's the core of our purpose.
Thank you. Jason, is there an Ironman story here? A triathlete story? Jason is the president of reLounge.
Yeah, I guess I start with that. So I'm a triathlete, I'm an athlete, and a couple of years ago I was climbing Mount Kilimanjaro for a fundraiser.
As one does.
And I decided, I was an entrepreneur in e-learning, I had a company, and I said, I want to give back. I see a lot of people in pain, I like helping people, I like the wellness space. So we got into the wellness space, I partnered with Germans who are light years ahead of us when it comes to electrical muscle stimulation technologies. And I started offering this technology across North America, and then COVID hit. And people had to stay at home, people were hunched over, working from their table, looking at their phone all day, not eating well, and everybody had back pain. In fact, neck and back pain has been a pandemic before the last pandemic. So 80% of North Americans have or suffered from back pain. So here at reLounge, we have the most effective device in the world for neck and back pain relief. It's a 20-minute experience. It combines a lot of different technologies in one. And I'm passionate, I love what I do, that I get to help people every day. And so many people that I know are desperate because they're in a lot of pain. And now the big issue is that spas are having is that they can't keep their staff. But everybody has pain though. So we actually partnered with Caroline. We launched. We got to think there is yes, by the way of COVID. So we launched with Caroline last year, and we offer our technology there and across the USA and around the world. And we have a saying at reLounge, we got your back. And figuratively. And I also believe in integrated wellness approach. So I mean, when you're experiencing pain, it's difficult to anything else in life. You can't even pick up your grandkids. So we like to say that we have, one little part of the puzzle to help people live a healthier lifestyle. And yeah, so it's for me, this is like, I would say a dream come true, but one of the most fun things I could ever do, where we have a great product that people love, we get to help people, I get to give back all at the same time, and I get to work with family. It's awesome.
Thank you. All right, Francisco, talk about Bryte mattresses. Your goal is no less than to redefine sleep around the world.
Thank you, Liz, and thank you, Tanya. So, Bryte, we exist as a company to empower people through restorative sleep, so giving people more restorative sleep. And we started by asking that question: what is restorative sleep? So we funded a project with Harvard University with Dr. Rebecca Robbins to define what restorative sleep is and actually to measure it. It is that sleep that allows you to wake up feeling physically, mentally, and emotionally restored. And we found out that 70% of Americans do not feel that they're getting enough restorative sleep. So we exist to help people in that journey and to improve that. We do that by bringing together sleep science and technology. Sleep science, we work with Dr. Matthew Walker from the very beginning of the company. The company is founded by 3 entrepreneurs, a data scientist, a business person, and an engineer from Los Altos, from the Bay Area. So how do I cross over is, I'm a former hotelier, and I came across what Bryte had been doing, and I realized that this is how we're going to sleep not only at home, but also in hotels. So I joined the company with the purpose of transforming sleep in hotels. I'm convinced that we will be using more technology to better sleep and for wellness in general. The interesting thing is that technology actually disrupted a lot of our wellness, right? Disrupted sleep and generated stress and so on. Now technology is coming back, applied in a smarter way to help us do better. So that's what we're doing at Bryte. We use technology in a way that helps you get more out of your night by having a dynamic firmness solution. I hope that many of you have tried it today. We have it here. It can be a communal experience. There's 2 or more people that can jump into the mattress. It's up to you. So please come and try it, and hopefully you can find it in one of the more than 20 hotels that we have currently in the US.
And the idea is you program it, right? And then wherever you go, if it has a Bryte mattress.
Yes, so the concept is, in short, the future of sleeping in hotels is a mattress that is offered by a mattress that you can personalize, so you can choose the level of firmness of each side of the mattress, and then create your own sleep routine with wellness experiences that help you fall asleep faster, with a feature called rebalancing that detects pressure points and relieve pressure points, wake up with motion, and then see a sleep report, and then you create this experience that then it becomes part of your digital profile and you can travel with it. So the future of sleep is a mattress is offered by a mattress you can personalize, it helps you sleep better, and you can travel with from hotel to hotel or from home to hotel.
Love it. Ross, tell us what kinds of concerns and conditions do you find that BioStation clients want to focus on or wind up focusing on?
Most of our patients come in really just wanting to get access to data, right? And really because as we begin to age, things start to change. And most of the time, my father's a cardiologist now, board certified age management medicine specialist. My mother's a geriatric psychiatrist. So being important to a family of healthcare providers, I was always fine. I never had a doctor, right? But ultimately, I think this particular generation, or as the trends are moving, people want to get access to data. And the data that we provide is we do a very deep dive diagnostically. And most of the time they're coming in, they're going, things are just different, right? And what can I do on my everyday life to avoid what I would consider end-stage disease? So people come in and say, I can't lose weight like I used to. I'm not sleeping like I used to. And so really from that perspective, we address all of those symptoms, but we do it from a clinical perspective, and we do personalized programming specific to the patients. Our medical professionals are trying to hit specific diagnostic targets. And we know once we hit those targets, once we optimize certain reference ranges within the diagnostic study, and ultimately they begin to alleviate the symptoms. They'll start to sleep better, we'll optimize their ability to lose weight. And those are really the main components that our patients come to see us for. Ultimately, it's also, we're not a longevity center, right? I read a quote somewhere, it was basically, our job is to put more life in your years, not more years in your life. And that's what really resonated with us as a practice. And really that's what we offer to our patients.
Interesting. Jason, the reLounge Wave can be used to complement manual therapy. So talk a little bit about that, because I think that's what's really interesting about this space and the wellness and spa world.
Yeah, there's so many staffing issues right now, all over the world for so many industries, in particular in the spa industry. And what the reLounge Wave does is it combines 4 services in one. So you have electromuscle stimulation, or the acronym EMS, which goes deep into your muscles to recruit them, helps you build muscle. You have TENSE, which is for nerve pain relief. And you have heat therapy, so the mat is heated, so it promotes blood flow. And you have massage therapy, because it creates a massage-like environment. You feel like tapping and needling and relying on that. So it's 4 solutions in one, all delivered via 20 minutes. So if the guest is put on the mat for 20 minutes, after that they're feeling really relaxed, their muscles are relaxed, they don't feel any pain, and then massage therapy experience is even better. It elevates it, and the experience itself, manual therapy, could be a bit shorter because the client is already relaxed and already feeling a tremendous amount of relief, and 20-30 minutes of massage combined with 20 minutes on the mat, the person wakes up feeling like $1 million. And it's not just kind of a fleeting experience. The relief itself can last up to a week. We were at Ice Spa a few weeks ago, and there was this woman from Spa in Alberta, and she said for the first time in 11 years she felt pain-free because she was using intensive benefits, she couldn't turn her. Right? So, for massage therapists, for chiropractors, for other types of health professionals, to combine this modality with their service, it really elevates them, and it also helps them save their hands. Because, like, I'm an athlete, and I work with athletes today, I have big muscles, and at the end of the day, the massage therapists often are just like, their arms and their hands are kind of mushy. So this really helps not only the massage therapists, offer, I think, add value, but also spas, because it's very lucrative and it's also very touchless. So it's really a match made in heaven. And the pandemic was a sad situation, but it also allowed touchless devices like that. It forced kind of spas to be more progressive, to try different things, and time is obviously leading the charge here.
Interesting. So you would do the reLounge and then have a massage, ideally.
Yes, ideally, and then you can do some.
And then you go to sleep.
Yeah, that's it. Well, you feel really
And
relaxed.
you just don't move.
You can just hang out and just chill.
Francisco, where can somebody who wants to sleep on a Bryte mattress do so, besides in the morning?
We had some people sleeping. I had to wake up a couple today. So we just released our second generation mattress, and it's been going to great hotels. Bryte New York here has some suites with this mattress. Two other properties here in New York are about to launch. One of Astoria Monarch Beach, the Aspen Club, the Little Mel in Aspen has also put some room category, and Carneros Resort in Napa. So, and we have a long list of clients that are bringing this in, several other Hyatts. And also you can get it at our website and bring it home. If you give me your card, I'll actually give you a deal.
A big deal would be required.
Well, it's not that expensive. I mean,
How much?
if yeah, it's $69.95. That's the price of a king mattress.
But you're giving a deal.
I'm giving a deal, of course.
That is less than I thought.
It's under 7K, and I was having a discussion with our marketing director. I was saying, I'm giving 2K off. She's giving 1K off. So talk to me, not to her. And then, but if you go buy a mattress, you end up spending something like that.
Yeah.
So it's not that crazy. We're trying to do a product that we can reach as many people as we can, because again, our goal is to touch as many people as we can with restorative sleep.
Okay, Connor, let's talk about the biocharger. How would this work in a home setting? Because, if I go to a spa presumably I'll just have that 120 minutes, right? So I guess I have two questions. How does it work in the home setting? And then also, what are the benefits of just one session?
Very well. So we actually started speaking on the progression of our company as primarily business to consumer and residential use, utilizing partnerships with people like Tony Robbins and other pioneers in their own industries, seeing the efficacy of the platform for personal use. Many people wanted to either offer it as a service or a complementary technique or therapy to their clients. So we moved more to the business-to-business aspect, which was the last 3 years essentially. And from that, a lot of businesses, wellness centers, fitness centers, as well as holistic centers, offering to their clients, see the benefits in just 1 or 2 sessions, and really want the optimal use. So they'll actually invest in it for their home, utilizing it on a more frequent basis, on a daily basis, with the help of our dedicated team to make sure they're using the best programs for whatever their objectives or healthful as well.
I have to say, I did sit in front of it before the day began, and I don't know if it was the placebo effect. It's not that I don't believe you, but I felt different. I felt a clarity. I just took the clarity one, right? And I was like, it's not like I felt a buzz or anything like that. It's just a lightness that happens. So I do encourage you to sit in front of it. There's something there. Tammy, how do you educate the public, the visiting public? I know you have, the residents of the Caroline, but, how are we getting the word out about, these new technologies in the spa environment? Well, we educate them.
Well, the most important thing is we receive, over 500 calls for spa, looking for wellness through our hotel reservation team. So what we do is when we launch any kind of technology or integrated medicine or new programs that we're offering, our hotel reservation team tries everything. They experience it, they understand it, so they're the first touch point with the customer. So they're educated so they can talk about it. They're not transferring the call to us to tell the story. They're actually telling the story of wellness at that level, which is huge. So they're really educating our hotel guests. Our residents, that's an easy thing because they live there. But 50% of my revenue comes from the local community. So the local community is looking for wellness. And one thing I will say, people say, well, will technology or wellness technology ever go away? No. We're like every month, we're launching 2 or 3 new technologies. So it's not going away. It is coupled, like what Jason said. We saw an evolution of even touchless. People were doing a la carte, then they did series, then we had wellness circuits, so they were doing that. And then this year, we really saw a big transformation where people were doing, like Jason said, the reLounge and then getting a massage. Or, doing biocharger for, there's 1,200 different frequencies, but we have a limited menu that we offer that people are looking for. But we are always recommending things. So our hotel reservation team, our spa team, the front of the house hotel team, they all have experienced all this technology, and they're really the voice for the guests.
Very, very interesting. Are there any, before I move on, are there any questions from the audience about this?
I have a question for you.
Oh dear.
How much do you spend in your car, and how many hours do you spend in your car, and what is the impact of your car in your wellness?
I see where you're going with this.
You don't have to answer.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Right, for a mattress, it's, I don't know the actual number of hours that I spend on my mattress. It's not enough, I'll tell you that. But yeah, it's the wellness measure. Yes.
I want to know, now I'll be honest and I love you, but I am worried about something scanning my body when I sleep. Besides the right person. But you know what I'm saying? Like the mechanics of it. If you have an EMF that takes away the stuff that comes in, why would I sleep on a scanner?
Yeah, so great question, but the mattress is not really scanning you. So the mattress is built with these inflatable cushions, medical grade inflatable cushions that we brought from the automotive industry, German technology, used by Audi and Mercedes in the car seats. So the way that the mattress is sensing your breathing rate and your heart rate to understand your sleep metrics and produce a sleep report is just by pressure. So when your heart beats and you breathe, that motion, is captured by the sensors that detect pressure points across your body. So there's no electronics other than a small control box at the foot of the bed that has this size computer that actually is controlling the mattress. So yes, there are some electronics, but there's none across the mattress, and it's all further away from you. So there are no sensors other than air and hoses that are sort of sensing the